What's going on, everybody? What's going on, my lifers? What is going on? I hope everybody has had an amazing day. Hope everybody is ready to have an amazing night. We'll wait a few minutes, let everybody get in the room. What's going on, Gypsy Lily? Good to see you as always in the room. Always takes a few moments for everybody to funnel in, get the notifications, I guess. It seems like YouTube has been having a problem letting everybody know when things go live. So if you haven't already clicked the bell notification, make sure you click the bell on the subscribe page, because I think that is one of the things that makes it easier for YouTube to let us know, let everybody know when someone is going live. So if you haven't clicked the bell icon, make sure you click the bell. Otherwise, you won't know when the show is going on unless you get the notifications on the community page, because I usually post on the community page when I'm going live. And also, if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, I actually post things on Instagram now. I didn't for a long time. I always would forget about Instagram, and I never would post anything on there. So I've started posting on Instagram now. That is at KFitsMyLife on Instagram. So you can look there. And if you don't get the notifications on YouTube, they will definitely be on Instagram. You'll be able to follow me there, and you'll see when the show is going on. So yeah, I'll put that in the chat too. At KFitsMyLife on Instagram. So you can follow me there. I hope everybody is cool. I'm going to have my glass of wine. Cheers to everybody that's here. We'll give everybody a few more moments. Might be a little light show, but that's fine. I don't care if it's one person. If we having a good time, we're going to have a good time. So yeah, today's show topic, and before I start, it seems like a lot of times people have been coming late. Like, people have been getting the notifications really, really late when the show starts. There were some people that told me they didn't get the notification until the show yesterday was already like 30 or 45 minutes in, and that's when they got the notification that the show was starting. So make sure you click the bell. And if you could, I think everyone who is here now has already liked the video, but if you haven't, please like the video. That will get YouTube to get the word out to more people to join our show, so we can have a little bit more lively chat. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and like that video for your boy. Appreciate it. Had to throw my radio voice on real quick. But yeah, go ahead and like the video. All right. So today, I don't think this is going to be a very long one, but we'll go ahead and talk about this topic of what is your why. So, I know most of us, I don't know, Gypsy. I don't know where everyone is. It seems like something is going on or something. I don't know where everybody is. Had a nice little crowd yesterday, but hey, things fluctuate, but it's all right. Maybe they'll join in a little bit later. Who knows? But we're going to get it in anyway. It's all right. I'm not worried about it. So, what is your why? Now, I know a lot of us who come to this show were Jehovah's Witnesses at one time. A lot of us are now ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. And for the most part, the beginning of my lifers, was all about the organization. There was not too much that I could do that didn't revolve around the organization. Now, back then, we were looking at it like we were doing everything for Jehovah. This is all for Jehovah. Jehovah this, Jehovah that. Jehovah this, Jehovah that. Oh, okay. Here we look, Gypsy Lily. Here we go. Here's everybody. What's going on, Andrew D? Dominican Truckers, what's going on? He said, why can't I afford a ball of McAllen Classic? Oh, because I wasn't allowed to go to college. What's going on, guys? Maybe we'll just wait a couple more moments. What's up, Fortune Over Fame? Good to see you. I'm wondering if people, because Gypsy was here first. Gypsy, I wonder if people are just getting the notification late. Maybe I should, in the future going forward, go ahead and start the show and just let it run. Let everybody just come in after they get the notification. I think that's what I'm going to do going forward. Because this always happens. It always starts, and then people come in late. And I think it's because of YouTube. YouTube is just being janky when it comes to see you all, when it comes to letting everybody know about the show starting. Good to see you too, Fortune Over Fame. Appreciate you coming back. Appreciate you coming back. Really, really appreciate it. You know, I'm going to do a show this week too, regarding the law of attraction. What's going on, Dominican Truckers? It's good to see you, man. It's something I've believed in for a long time. I think I touched on it on one show, but man, it's been a lot of things going on today and this week that's just, oh man, it's just surprised me so much. What's going on, Foxy Loxy? Good to see you in the chat. Hey to you too, Foxy Loxy. Here we go. We coming up in this thing now. Thanks for coming back, everybody. As you can see, we are about to get started. Yes, I think YouTube does need to update that. And I've heard that on other channels as well, that people are getting the notifications late, or they're not getting the notifications at all. So I think this show, honestly, this time, I think this one's going to be kind of short. So I don't have a lot to say, I don't think. I mean, I never know. I don't have a script or anything. I just kind of talk. But this was something I thought I needed to talk about. What is your why? Let me just start anew. So I think most of us here, there are probably a lot of people that come to the show too that aren't, but a lot of us are ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, for the first 25 years of my life, I was in the organization, and for the most part, I was told that everything I was doing was for Jehovah, basically. Everything was about Jehovah. So there wasn't a lot of things that I could do that didn't revolve around the organization. I wanted to play basketball. I was a hooper. We used to play some epic basketball games in my neighborhood, man. And I was really good. So I really wanted to play ball. But then in my neighborhood, everybody used to gather around under the street lights and just dance. And when I started noticing that all the dudes that could dance were the dudes that all the girls liked, I was like, I need to learn how to dance. Because, see, I was this real skinny little dude, big ass head. I still got a big head. But when you super skinny and you got a big head, it just makes your head look bigger, right? So I'm a little skinny dude, big head. I come out, try to start dancing. Everybody used to laugh at me because I was kind of whack. I was so uncoordinated. I was whack. I remember going home one night. Everybody kind of laughed at me. I felt real bad. I went home and I said, I'm gonna learn how to dance. So I would come home after school and move the furniture out of the way. I would watch all the MTV rap videos. I used to record them on VHS. That's back before we had YouTube and supercomputers in our pockets. So I had to record all the award shows, all the music videos, and I would play them back. That's how I learned how to dance. So then the next summer, I looked up and everybody was out under the street lights dancing. So I came up. I was trying to be all cool because I knew I was dope, but I knew they didn't know I was dope. So all the dudes was out. All the girls that used to be out there dancing was out there too. They see me come, they ready to start laughing. I'm like, all right, y'all ready to start laughing. So I started doing my thing. Everybody's like, oh, Keith's dope. Oh, look at Keith. Keith can dance now. Oh. Just popularity went through the roof. I was in school. All the girls knew I could dance. I was super popular. Didn't graduate. Didn't get to walk because I was too girl crazy. Didn't do well in school because I was too girl crazy. I knew all the girls knew I could dance. I got kind of popular. And everybody knew I could dance, and it just went straight to my head. So I didn't really concentrate on school. But I wanted to be a half-timer at the ball games and stuff because I couldn't play ball because my parents wouldn't let me. So then I said, all right, well, maybe I can just be a half-timer. But then they didn't want me to do that either. And so I ended up going to the audition one day because I was like, you know what? I'm doing this. I don't care about the organization. I'm doing this. So I went to the halftime auditions and I made it. But I knew I was gonna make it because everybody knew me and everybody knew I could dance. So when I came in, it's like, yeah, you can. I already knew I was gonna make it. But what I didn't know was how I was gonna get to the damn games because I didn't have no car, and I knew my parents wasn't gonna take me because they didn't want me to be doing it anyway. So I ended up getting rides to the games, stuff like that. Dominican Trucker says, I was really good at baskets too, but when my mom found out I was playing in the high school team, she showed up at the game to get me out. Man, that stinks. So, my parents never came to any of the games. Actually, I snuck an audition and made it, but I went ahead and told them that I made it. And so I was like, look, I'm going to be a halftime when they got the games this night. They never came to any of the games. They never came into the came to any of the halftime competitions and stuff like that. They didn't come to any of that. And so I knew early on I wanted to be like a choreographer, dancer, stuff like that. My mom's favorite phrase was, dancing niggas are a dime a dozen. You're not going to make no money doing that. And my dad would always say, you know, you got to find something else to do because you ain't going to make no money doing that. And I just listened to him. I was like, all right. Gypsy Leader says, was that crazy for you being popular in school and then JW on the side? Let me think about that. I'm trying to remember if anybody in school even really knew I was a Jehovah's Witness. Not too many people really knew. It wasn't anything I was going around broadcasting. I would have one of them. I would have one of them Jehovah's Witnesses went around, you know, saying, and by the way, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. That wasn't happening for me. I really wasn't talking about that. Now, if somebody knew and found out, or found out and then asked me about it, I wasn't gonna lie, because then 9 times out of 10 they'd probably see my ass out in field service or something, and then they'd be like, "Oh, I knew you was Jehovah's Witness," and I would have got busted out. So a few people knew, but I never really went around broadcasting it. Andrew D says, I am glad you continue doing your YouTube channel. I have learned a lot from you, and I am thinking of doing a channel myself, but I'm afraid of what the kickback may be. I need to face my fears. Well, Andrew, if you look at the show I did last night, it talks about that too. But we'll address that in this show too. Don't let me forget, because this, hopefully I'll be able to get around to it. I don't have a script, but what you just said is part of what I envision talking about in this show. So anyway, yeah, I didn't let a lot of people know. So growing up, I knew what my why was back then. I knew what I wanted to do. Even as like a teenager, I knew then what I really wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to be a choreographer. I knew I wanted to be a hip hop dancer, hip hop choreographer. I knew I wanted to do that. And my grandmother always told me, if you got it, you should flaunt it. You should go out there and let everybody know what you can do. You shouldn't hide it. You shouldn't be shy. You shouldn't be bashful, because I was super shy back then. But my grandmother knew I was dope, and she would always tell me, you need to get out there and let everybody see your talent. You shouldn't be shy about it. You should go out there and do it. So even though I had her that told me that, for the most part I had my parents telling me that it couldn't happen. And then I had the organization telling me that I shouldn't be wasting my time doing anything other than slanging these watchtower and awakes and giving the governing body, getting this money for the governing body. Basically saying, you need to go ahead and be a pimp for the organization. I mean, you need to go ahead and be a hoe for the organization so we can go ahead and pimp you out. Now, if there's anybody that's watching this that's an active Jehovah's Witness and just heard me say that, you're probably offended. So anyway, I went ahead and I went ahead and began to live my life in the way that I thought I was supposed to, because of all the things that everyone around me was saying. Not necessarily because of what I wanted to do, but because of what I thought they wanted me to do. And they, again, meaning the organization and my parents. But I knew what my why was a long time ago. The funny thing about the organization is they have a way of taking your why away from you and replacing your why with their why, and then making you think that their why was actually your why the whole time. And what do I mean when I say your why? Your why is, why are you here? What are you here to do? What wakes you up in the morning? What gets you off? What really just, when you're doing this thing, what is that thing that when you're doing it, nothing else in the world matters? And a lot of us have that thing. For me, it was dancing, choreography. It was a way that even now, if I'm having a really bad day, if I go take a class or if I go teach a class, nothing matters. If it's a 1 hour class or if I'm teaching from 4 o'clock to 8:45 at night, for those 4 hours and 45 minutes when I'm jumping around, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And I think all of us have that thing that we love to do. But being in the organization has a way of taking that thing away from us. Andrew D says, we should all share our story of abuse in the organization so that others can learn from it. Being silent only makes abusers stronger. Watchtower is the second cult I joined before I had the internet, Google and YouTube to research stuff. You know what, Andrew? You're right. But also, in addition to, and as well as sharing these stories of abuse, we also need to share our stories of how we get over them. Right? We need people, yes, they need to know what happens in the organization, but we have to show them how we get past it too and how our lives move forward. Dominican Truckers says to Andrew, you're right, but in my case, my parents still talk to me, and that's kind of stopping me from speaking out, unfortunately. See, we're going to get to this stuff here in a minute. This show is going to end up being longer than I thought. What's going on, Great Dane? Good to see you in the chat, Great Dane. Good to see you in the chat. So, I was doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do, not the things I wanted to do, right? So for the first 25 years of my life, I can't count all 25 because, some of them I don't remember. But I would say from 14 until I finally left the organization at 25, 26, I was not living my why. I was living their why. Gypsy Lily says it certainly does. You couldn't be your own person while in the organization. If you are not pioneering or a Bethelite or a BC, it's like you weren't good enough. Andrew, I agree. Overcoming the abuse is the hard part. Here we go. So, was not living my why, living their why. Yes. One day I decided, of course, I've told you guys before, after the dream I had, decided that day, done with the Jehovah's Witnesses, Done, done, done. No, N-O-M-O. No mo. I am done. Done, done, done. So at that point, I decided that I was going to live my why, my first why. My first why started around 26, 27 when I decided I was going to pursue being a choreographer and a dancer full time. Didn't know how it was going to happen. Didn't know at all how it was going to happen. I ended up teaching a little workout / dance class down in Metro Center. I would have 7 or 8 people that came to the class. And then one day, this lady called me out of the blue and said, "Hey, there's a studio in Franklin that needs a hip hop teacher. Are you interested?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, is there somewhere I can see, where she can come and see you?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm teaching a class in Metro Center. She can come there and just see what I do." So this lady came. I taught the class, and of course, I had to show out a little bit. Because at this time, I was poor. I wasn't making hardly any money. I think like $150 a month. Poor. Po. So this lady came, and she said, "Okay, you're good. Would you be interested in coming and teaching in my studio?" I said, "Yep." She said, "Well, we'll have a little trial class. You can come up tomorrow and introduce yourself to the kids. See if you like it." So I went the next day, did my routines for the kids, yada, yada, yada. Ended up teaching there, and I actually ended up becoming the director of that studio. And I immediately went from making $150 a month to about $3,000 a month, just like that. And that was when I was around 27, 28. And that was the last time I did something other than what I wanted to do with my life. That was the last time before then I was working for, my degree is in computer networking. And I was working for a company called XO Communications, designing circuits for T1s, DS3s, basically providing bandwidth and internet access for large businesses. And I would design the circuit information. Sick of that shit, I became quickly and decided I was going to start dancing. Once I started dancing, that was 20 years ago. That was the last time I worked for anyone. I started doing my own thing because I was following my why. And had I not listened to my parents, had I not listened to the elders in the organization, because the elders in the organization told me, "Hey, Dominican Trucker says, Keith, stories like yours will give people encouragement. They need to watch your other videos." Thank you, Dominican Truckers. They told me, "You spend all this time dancing is taking time away from Jehovah. And this is time that you could be devoting to Jehovah and your ministry." I wasn't really trying to hear that shit. But here's the thing. Their why was stronger than my why. So the strength of their why overpowered mine, and it became my why. So, my Mango Bango says, "I'm curious, and don't answer if you don't want to, of course. Who here still believes in God after the JW cult?" I'll answer that. Toast. Cheers. Ding. I believe in a creator. I believe in a creator. Why do I believe in a creator? Because everything on this planet, with the exception of the things that actually come from this planet, came from men. Everything else came from something else. As great as man is and as much shit that man can do, there is. Hold on. As great as man is, and as much shit as man can do, and man can make a lot of shit. Man can create can create or make a lot of shit. But you know what? Of all the shit that man can make, man can't take nothing and make that. As simple as this looks, there is no man on the planet that can make one of these from scratch. So somebody had to do it. A simple little leaf. Man can't take nothing and make that. Somebody did. Somebody made that leaf. So there's a creator out there. There's something out there. I believe there's a creator out there. Now, what I don't believe is that that creator is encompassed inside the pages of the book that was written by man. I think the creator is so vast and so mind-boggled, so mind-bogglingly complex that we will never be able to actually understand what that creator is. So yes, I believe in a creator, whether you want to call it God, which is a man-made term, or universe, or whatever, or consciousness, whatever you want to call it. I do believe that that creator is out there or everywhere in us. I believe the creator is everywhere and the creator is in us. And so if a piece of the creator is inside of us, then we are creators as well in this realm. But that creator is a creator on a much larger scale than we are. So yes, I believe there's a God, if you want to call it God. My Mango Bango says, does he care about us afterlife? You know what, my Mango Bango? My Mango Bango. My Mango Bango. You changing the show. Give me a second, my Mango Bango. We'll get back to that, my Mango Bango. Your name is amazing, my Mango Bango. What was I saying, my Mango Bango? Come on, guys, help me out. My Mango Bango, and I gotta shake my head when I say his name too. My Mango Bango totally distracted me from what I was saying. Oh, thank you, Great Dane. We accepted their why, although we didn't know why. There we go. We were talking about accepting their why because their why was so much stronger than my why. So I took on their why. But here's the thing. Once I've seen the Dominican Trucker says, Keith, you should watch The Atheist Experience. See what you think. I've seen that. Foxy Loxy says, God is everywhere and within us. Agreed. Gypsy Lily says, not making our why their why. So, yes, I made their why my why. I literally remember saying to one of the elders that I wasn't going to dance anymore because it was time that I could be using for Jehovah, and all it was doing was distracting me from being a Jehovah's Witness. That brother's name was Brother Bailey. And Brother Bailey, we used to go to his house and play basketball because he had a basketball go to. He liked to play ball too. And Brother Bailey said, "See, Keith, that's music to my ears to hear you say that." And I was saying that shit because I knew, not because I truly, truly believed it, but I knew that if I said that they would think that I really meant it. How many people said shit like that deep, 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 deep down, you really didn't believe that shit, but you knew if you said it, that they would believe that you believed that shit. Hold on. I know it's a bunch of double lifers out there in my life land. Come on, my lifers. I know a bunch of y'all lived a double life. I know a bunch of y'all were the double life people that they used to talk bad about in the Watchtower and Wake magazines. Don't live a double life. Double life. Don't be one of those people that live a double life. You can't be on both sides of the fence with Jehovah. You got to be on one side of the fence or the other. You can't straddle the fence. Don't be a double lifer. Don't live a double life. Great Dane says me. Now, honestly, I wasn't living a double life because I was I was a virgin till I was like 17, and the woman that I had sex with was actually my wife. I married her after we had, a little bit after we had sex. But if I wasn't like, see, I was so timid around girls. If I wasn't so scared, if I wasn't so scared of girls, I would have had so much pussy. But I was scared. Gypsy Lily said he hit that deep voice. Yes, I think we all did the double life thing. That was so hard too. It was. Dinah S said I did the double life. I know a bunch. Red Boy said triple lifer. Now, hey, it was hard not to live a double life. Now, I lived a double life in the sense that deep down in my heart, I never really, truly, truly believed it. I tried to believe it. I really did. Like, I would study. I would read the publications. I would go to the meetings. I would go out in field service. And I was really good at faking the feeling of being connected to the organization. But I never really ever felt the connection that I would see the older people have. And I always wondered, do I have to get older and have done a whole bunch of bad shit and then feel bad about it and then think, okay, I better be good now before God sends my ass to hell or get Gehenna or Sheol or you know how they used to tell us it wasn't burning hell, it was eternal sleep. But I always would see people that I knew were some super bad motherfuckers. But then when they got like 50, them motherfuckers would all of a sudden turn around and become Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'd be thinking, you don't believe this shit. Nigga, you scared that you going to hell. You scared that if you don't change your life right now, your ass is going to jail, to hell, not jail, hell. And I didn't want to be one of those people. I wanted to be somebody that if I believed that shit, then I was going to believe that shit. And if I didn't believe that shit, eventually I was not going to be part of that shit. Great Dane says, I thought I didn't believe it because I was inadequate. I didn't believe it because I didn't believe it. I've never been somebody to just believe shit because someone said shit. I've just never been that type of person. Foxy Loxy said they scared of these last days. Dominican Trucker says baptized 16, auxiliary pioneer, regular pioneer 17, out by 18. Hell, you worked yourself to death. I'm surprised your damn knees still work, Dominican Trucker. Them pioneers walk 27 hours a day. Donna S says, yes, I always felt like something was wrong with me because I didn't truly believe. I never truly believed. But see, that's the thing. My Mango Bango says, I believe that shit. My Mango Bango believed it. I never believed it though. I thought at sometimes I thought it was right. And even though I didn't believe it, I thought it might be right, so I better abide by it anyway. And if I'm honest, being a Jehovah's Witness when I was young probably kept me from getting an STD. Because even though I was scared of girls, timid around girls, I was a horny little motherfucker. And I used to have girls hit on me all the time. But I was always so scared of getting in trouble if somebody found out that it made me not really want to do anything. Now, the only reason I even started having sex was because the elders accused me of having sex with my girlfriend, and I hadn't even had sex with her yet. I honestly didn't even bring up sex with my girlfriend. My girlfriend brought it up first. And when they accused me of having had sex with her and I hadn't, and I'm in the little room being accused of all this shit and sitting there sad as hell and like interrupting my baptismal questions, I was like, well, if I'm gonna be sitting here sad and crying and I ain't even had sex yet, we fucking. Where you at? Yeah, we fucking. So that's how that happened. That's exactly how that happened. Knock, knock, we fucking. Let go. That's exactly how that happened. Oh yeah, they said we fucking, but we not fucking. We finna. We finna. That was the first time we had sex. That's the first time I had sex. I think that was like the next day after I left that meeting. So, finto. Finto. So that was my first why, dancing. And once I started actually following that why, my life became a lot more happy. I was a much happier person after I really began to follow my why, when I found my why. Because being inside the organization, again, you don't necessarily have your own why. They are very adept at removing individuals' whys from them. But once I found mine, see, a lot of people that leave the organization still have a hard time finding their why. Just because you're no longer in the organization physically, a lot of people are still in the organization mentally, meaning that they still haven't found the ability to truly think for themselves. And this is not something that only happens within the organization. This is something that happens to people around the world. I would wager that there are 90% of the people in the world today don't truly follow their why, which is why so many people are unhappy in the world today. Now, being a Jehovah's Witness or being in an organization that is considered a negative cult makes it much more difficult for someone to find their why, because they are programmed to follow the organization's why. Dominican Trucker says, my girlfriend gave me a hickey and I didn't even know what a hickey was. They took me to the little room. I was 18. That's what happens. That's what happens, Dominican Truckers. Girlfriend suck on your neck, you end up in a little room. That's what happens. So, finding your why when you leave the organization is super important, because you have to think about it. We've been in a position to where we didn't know what we really wanted to do with our lives for the majority of our lives. We followed the direction and the belief of someone else. Most of us didn't even truly believe that shit. Now, some of us admittedly did believe that shit, but a lot of us did not. And even if you did believe that shit, once you left, you no longer believe that shit. So what do? What is your why at the point of leaving the organization? What do you do? It's like a slave. It's just like slavery. When the slaves were freed, when the slaves were freed, a lot of them said, fuck it, I'd rather be a slave, because what the fuck am I going to do out there? I don't know what I'm scared of out there. All I know is being a slave. I'm just going to stay a slave because I don't know nothing else. And a lot of times, leaving the organization or leaving an organization like this makes it very difficult for people to determine what they really, really want to do with their lives. And the only reason why I wanted to talk about this is because a lot of us may still be in a position where we don't know what our true why is. And I would ask everyone to seriously stop and think, what is my why? Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is it that I've wanted to do with my life that I haven't had the chance to? What would I be doing with my life right now if I didn't have to worry about bills? If I didn't have to worry about what people thought about me? If I didn't have to worry about how I would make a living? If there was one thing that I thought I could do that would literally make me excited to get out of bed every fucking morning, what would that thing be? How many of us have really asked ourselves that question, thought about it, found the answer, and actually pursued it? There are very few people, very, very few people on earth that live their why every day. Just like, I think that was, who was that said, that their family, they still talk to them, so it makes it difficult. Andrew, I think that was Andrew that said that he wants to talk about his experiences, but his family still talks to him. Right, okay, I found it. I am glad you continue doing your YouTube channel. I have learned a lot from you, and I am thinking of doing a channel myself, but I am afraid of what the kickback may be. I need to face my fears. Andrew D., what if that is your why? What if that is your why, Andrew D? What if you have the one thing to say that no other YouTuber has to say, and that one thing is the one thing that someone needs to hear in order to be the change that we all need to bring down this organization? Now, I know I'm making a huge statement by saying that, but you just never know. You never know, man. You never know who's within the sound of your voice. and you never know what you can say and how what you say affects someone. And your rightful fear is keeping you from saying that. Now, personally, as I talked about last night, I got my parents back and I lost my parents again. Why? Because of my second why, which is this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, and speaking about my experiences as a Jehovah's Witness and my experiences as an ex-Jehovah's Witness, cost me my family twice. But you know what? This is my fucking why. That's it. This is my fucking why. This is my fucking why. And if my parents are unable to deal with the fact that this is my why, and helping people who have left the organization to live full, rich lives is something that they have a problem with, then there's nothing I can do about that. That is their problem. That is their why. My why is to do what I'm doing right now. Great Dane says, answer for me, education and owning my own business for 22 years. As for Great Dane, Great Dane says, I also drove trucks for 12 years, most in California. Gypsy Litter says photography and graphic designer. Yeah. Dominican truckers, tanker, asphalt, cement, trucker. Let's get them. Let's get it. Gypsy Lily says Keith should teach a twerk class. Just kidding. Sorry. Yeah, you are totally just kidding because I do not dance like a female. I dance for females, not as a female. Now, I will watch a female twerk all day, but negative. I can find you some. I know some women that can twerk though. There's a woman I know named Naomi. Is an African dancer. That woman can do some amazing things with her ass. Cleo Banks says, I'm physically in, mentally out. Only my mom is in. Bro and sis disfellowshipped. I failed. JW stripped my. Libby P says, life coach and trauma recovery coach. Okay. I was waiting for Cleo to finish her sentence. I'm physically in, mentally out. Only my mom is in. Bro and sisters fellowshipped. I felt JW stripped my why. I don't have one. Cleo Banks. How you doing, Cleo Banks? Let me say something nice to you before I get on your ass. Let me say something nice to you, Cleo, before I get on your ass real quick. So I'm gonna say something to you, Cleo Banks. I'm gonna say something to you, Cleo Banks. Cleo Banks. Everyone has a why. Everyone has skills. Everyone has a set of abilities that are unique to them. Everyone has a light. Everyone has something about them that makes them different from every other person on the planet. Cleo Banks, there is only one Cleo Banks on this planet. No matter how many people are here, there is only one Cleo Banks. So that means that no matter how many other ways people do anything, none of them are going to do it the way Cleo Banks does it. There is something in your spirit that is unique to you. There is something in your spirit that you've probably always wanted to do, but were either afraid to do or just always thought, I'll do it tomorrow. Or just thought, I may not succeed at it. What if I don't win? What if I fall? What if I fail? What if you fly, though, Cleo Banks? The only way that we know what our whys are is if we try to find our whys. Sometimes our whys aren't just there. Sometimes we have to find our whys. We have to try things. And you try something and you like, fuck, I like this shit. I should have been doing this shit a long time ago. Dominican Trucker says, I have to drive early. Good night, beautiful people. Stay awesome. Stay awesome, Dominican Truckers. Thanks for coming in, bro. I know you got stuff to do. Thank you so much for coming in the chat, sharing your story. We're going to have a call-in show tomorrow. We need to have people come in and talk about their story. So tomorrow's going to be a call-in show. If you have time, Dominican Truckers, come in and join us, man. Appreciate you. Let me get back at yelling at Cleo Banks real quick. I'm not going to yell at you, Cleo Banks, because the whole point of this of my channel and this show is it's all love, man. It's all love. It is all love. And one of the things that bothers so many people is that the average person is very afraid. The average person is very afraid. Even more so with people who were in this organization. We are probably more afraid because we were trained to be afraid. We were trained to think that if we're not doing just this thing, we are completely fucked. If you're not a good Jehovah's Witness, your life is completely fucked. If you're not, this is what we train for. See, Cleo Banks? Thank you. I need to hear this. You're right. I wanted to be a physiologist, but that stupid JW voice tells me I will fail. It's no point. See, Cleo Banks? This is what you listen to. This is what you listen to, Cleo Banks. Listen to me. Check this out. If you're not living your life for Jehovah, how sad it would be for you to miss out on all the wonderful things that Jehovah and the new system of things has to offer you. Bullshit. Bullshit. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. You know what, Cleo Banks? If you want to be whatever you want to be right now, you can have the new system of things right now, right here on Earth in 2019. We don't have to wait until the indefinite new system comes. Okay? We don't need to wait for that bullshit. That is their why. Your why is to be a fucking physiologist. That's your why. So fuck them in the face. Fuck them in the face. You, Cleo Banks, I feel like I've been talking to you for a really long time. You, I feel like we friends now. You, Cleo Banks, need to get off your ass, pick yourself up, tell yourself that you're fucking amazing, and that those motherfuckers at the governing body have no control over you, and fuck them in the face. You are going to go out here into this world that was created by the Creator for you as a womb for your dreams and your goals. The earth is but a womb that births your dreams and your goals. All right? So Cleo Banks, don't give me that bullshit. Don't give yourself that bullshit, and don't listen to that bullshit. Go out there and live your fucking life and achieve your fucking goals. That is your why. To put not too nice a bow on it, all of us are here to find and live and try our whys. So whatever you need to do to achieve your goals is where you start. Baby steps. One little step that you take tomorrow will put you one step closer to where you want to be. For me, when I decided that I wanted to do what I wanted to do, it was, okay, I'm going to do this one thing. That one thing led to the next thing. And then that one thing led to the next thing. But really, the first thing you need to do is change your thinking. Now, all these other people, what would be your first steps? Well, you need to make a list. You need to do this. No. The first thing you need to do is start thinking that you can fucking do it. You, just like anybody else here who is doing what they do, the first thing that happened was them thinking, I can fucking do this. Then after you think you can fucking do it, you start the process after that. So you, Cleo Banks, I'm going to get on you. This is my last time. You don't ever need to say that they stripped your why and you don't have one. You don't ever need to say that, and you never need to think that again. Don't ever allow yourself to think that again, because if you do, then you might as well hop your little happy ass right back to the Kingdom Hall, because you're there now mentally. If you think they took your life away from you, take your motherfucking ass back to the Kingdom Hall then. You might as well go in there and be a little soldier for the governing body. Get out of there. Get your brain out of there. Get your brain out of there. Get your body out of there. And go out into the world and be what you want to be. You only, as far as any of us know, we only get one life. Nobody's ever come back and said, oh, you actually get 3. No, nigga. Only thing I know of right now is that I get 1. As far as I know, we only get 1. Okay? So if you only get 1, you might as well do what you want to do. Okay? All right, Gypsy Lily. You want me to get off your back, Cleo Banks? You want me to get off your back, Cleo Banks? I'm done. But I'm only on you because I love everybody that comes in this room. Okay? Libby P says, unless you're a cat. Well, you know what? You can tell my damn cat, because my damn cat got killed one time and that motherfucker didn't come back. 9 lives, my motherfucking ass. That motherfucker had 1. And when them dogs ate his ass, if he had 9, them motherfucking dogs ate all 9 of them bitches. I miss my damn cat. Motherfucker only had 1 life. He must have been a goddamn insufficient cat, because that motherfucker only had 1. Great day. That motherfucker only had 1 life, old selfish ass cat. Anyway, good, Cleo Banks. Find me on Instagram, Cleo Banks, at hold on. Let's see. And that way, you can give me your story when you become what you're trying to become. Or if you need encouragement on the way, just hit me up. But you can fucking do it. All right? I am MKT said he didn't collect enough mushrooms, right? So anyway, back on track, because I can't be here all night, much as I would love to. This channel has become my second why. And you know, sometimes your whys, you may not necessarily go out to find your why. Sometimes your why finds you, and you're called upon to do something. And I literally did that Dr. Phil video and had no idea that this channel would take off like that. That video is the video that pretty much launched this channel. And after I started doing the other ones, people really started to say that they enjoyed my videos. They really liked what I had to say. They liked how I talked. They really enjoyed my videos. I had someone tell me how much a friend of mine, Dorinda, told me. She was like, you know what? You are really doing something great, and I don't think you realize how important what you're doing really is. I've had people in the chat say the same thing. Sometimes you don't necessarily realize it may be something that you're doing right now, but you don't know that that is your why. It might just be something that you do from a very lackadaisical standpoint, but it could really be something that has helped someone in some way that you just don't know. Sometimes your whys find you, and you have to say, you know what? I think I need to start taking this a little bit more seriously. And so that's what happens. You actually do it, you know? So this has become my second why. And I can honestly say that once I started doing my why, I became a much happier person. Andrew D, if you feel like you need Cleo Banks said, just follow you, don't laugh at my JW pics. Let me look at them right now so I can start laughing. Let's see here. Follow you back. Let me look at your profile. See your JW pics. I'm not, but if I'm looking at the right person, let me just I'm not going to say your name, but let's see. Is one of your pics at the Metropolitan Opera House in Philadelphia? Let me make sure that that's the right person. Now, is that one of your picks? Just say yes or no. Um. So, Great Dane says, sometimes your whys become your wisdom. Ah. Okay, so that is you. FYI, everyone. FYI, Cleo Banks is fine as hell. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah, Cleo Banks is fine than a mug. She is gorgeous. Oh my God. Okay, I see you, Cleo Banks. Yeah, you not the average Jehovah's Witness. Not to say Jehovah's Witnesses ain't fine, but damn. Libby P says being true to your authentic self makes all the difference. Okay, Cleo Banks, you can't come in the show and just be fine as hell and fuck up my show. I mean, damn. Gypsy Lily said, "Oh snap, shit, man, Gypsy Lily, okay." Anyway, so I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Libby P says he is Twitter pated. Libby Peace, what does that mean? So, yes, sometimes you have to find, or your why finds you. But sometimes, guys, we cannot allow this organization to steal our whys, steal our joy, and make us feel like we do not have a purpose. Because that is simply not true. We all have a purpose. We all have a why. But it is up to us. Just because we were in that organization, we cannot continue to use that shit as an excuse. Libby P says, haven't you seen Bambi? No, I ain't seen Bambi. I mean, I think I saw Bambi once, but I mean, Bambi's. I mean, it'd be different if you made a Lion King reference, but Bambi. Sorry, Libby, I don't remember Bambi. Bambi wasn't one of those black kid movies. I don't think a bunch of black kids really watch Bambi that much. I know Walt Disney made Bambi, Libby Peace. You think I'm a fucking idiot? Oh my God, Libby. Excuse me, Keith. You do know that Walt Disney made Bambi, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm alive. We all know of the skillion cartoon movies that Walt Disney made. I do realize that Bambi was one of them, but it doesn't mean I've watched them all with the same love that I have for fucking Lion King. See? Cleo Banks said, I haven't seen it. She black. She gets it. Libby P said, haven't you seen Bambi and Friends? No. So black people don't watch Bambi or Friends. So all right. So anyway, we cannot allow them to steal our whys. We cannot allow them. Gypsy Lady, why is that? What's some? Hold on, Gypsy Lady. What's some bull? Tell me what's bull. You watched? I'm sorry. You watched Bambi, Gypsy Lady. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You watched Bambi, Gypsy Lady. I didn't say I didn't see it. I just said I only saw it once. How many times have you seen Bambi, Gypsy Lily? Don't get shy now, Gypsy Lily. How many times have you seen Bambi? Red Boy says, who, what, when? Right. I know you say we did watch Bambi. I asked, how many times have you seen Bambi? Once. Exactly. Now watch this. How many times have you seen The Lion King? You see, guys, do you see how long it's taking Gypsy Lily to reply? Because she's like, fuck, I'm going to prove his point. Damn it. Seen Lion King like 39 times. Fuck. Didn't want to be wrong on the internet. Shit. Your silence speaks volumes, Gypsy Lily. Thank you. That's exactly what I said. I said I've only seen Bambi once. So you see what she said, right? Great Dane said so many, even on Broadway. Gypsy Lily says 50 times. Okay, you're right. Thank you, Gypsy Lily. Just give me my props. I'm not stupid. I know of what I speak. Black people don't watch Bambi or Friends. And if we see Bambi, we only see that sad shit one time. Red Boy says, watched Life of a King the other day. Pretty good movie. Okay. Awesome. Never seen it. So, guys, Cleo just really proved the point too. We cannot allow this organization to steal our why, and we cannot allow them, once we've left, to even continue to allow them to control the way we think. Name Withheld. Thank you, Name Withheld, for the $2 donation. I appreciate you. What about Aladdin? Dude, I literally cannot count the number of times I've seen Lion King or Aladdin. I'll put it like this. I had the VHS of Aladdin and the VHS of Lion King in the little Disney white pack. And my daughter would always say, before she went to bed, when she would be in her crib, she would be like, I want to see Lion King. So we would watch Lion King. The next day, I want to see Aladdin. Next day, I literally, if I had a whole bunch of turbans and blankets and harem pants and some blue paint and a fucking magic lamp, I could literally act out Aladdin in my living room. And if I had some damn lion skins and some damn hyena hides, I could act out the whole damn Lion King in my damn living room too. Thank you, Red Boy. I really appreciate the $20 donation. Thank you so much. Name Withheld says, my sisters and I honestly had all the movie memorized. I did too. Great Dane says, I believe Robin Williams was black in his heart. No, he committed suicide. Black people don't do that. He was great though. I mean, it's just gotta be like, I've thought about it. I came close, but I didn't do that shit. But we'll see how Will Smith does. If you haven't seen the trailer for the new live action Aladdin, Will Smith as the genie, it looks kind of dope. At first I was like, I don't want to see any more live action movies because you're messing up the memory of the cartoon for me. And then I saw that Aladdin trailer. I was like, wait a minute, this might be kind of dope. But still, I'm like, no, I don't want to see the live Alan. I don't want to see the live action movies. Yeah, Great Dane, he had a lot going on. Robin Williams had a whole lot going on. All right, guys. So I hope that we have that we got something really, really good. I hope I was able to give something out of this stream tonight. And if there's anything that I could leave you guys with, it is, hey, I thought they stole my why too. But since I left the organization, I have found 2 more whys. Not just one, I found 2 more whys. Dorinda Nicole. What's up, Dorinda? I talked about you tonight. You definitely weren't here. I talked about you earlier and you missed it. That's what you get for being late. But before I go, since you just popped up in here, guys, before we go, let me have a few more moments. I'm going to put this out there. Now, you guys remember when I told you that I said that I had a friend that told me that I didn't realize what I was doing and how it actually helped people. The person in the chat right now, I said her name was Dorinda. Well, this is her, Dorinda Nicole. When I talk about what is your why, I really didn't realize how important what I do here is. And Dorinda was the person that said, you know what, you're actually helping a lot of people with what you do. And Gypsy Lily, when you says Keith is actually working on a meetup, when I told you that I had someone that was helping me do that, it is Dorinda Nicole. She is the person that's actually going to help me with this meetup that we're trying to arrange. So when I say what is your why, and that you need to find your why, and that you shouldn't allow someone to take your why, and that sometimes your why finds you because you may not realize what your why is. Dorinda was a person that came to me and said, you don't realize what you're doing. I didn't realize that this was my new why. This is my why. This is my purpose. And I feel like a lot of us, which is why I made this topic, and which is why I got on Cleo Banks so hard, because she said, hold on, Cleo Banks, don't make me get back on you again, but let me look at what you said, Cleo Banks. It's hard to find my why alone. I don't know how to make non-JW friends, and I don't feel comfortable with my JW friends. Can you do an episode on it, please? Cleo Banks, I would be happy to do an episode on that, because I will tell you that I literally just started making new friends. Now, I left the organization a long time ago. I just started making new friends, like guy friends I hang out with, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Dorinda and her husband are like family to me, so I don't count them. I've known them from like 15 years. But as far as making new friends, hold on. Great Dane says, my promise to you, Mr. Fitz, for the next 7 days, every comment I leave on all other JW sites, I'll put a link to your channel. I can't understand why your channel has so few subscribers. Let me say something about that, Great Dane. You know what? Great Dane? I've grown a lot in the last few months. And do you know what I've learned? Do you know one of the things that I've learned more than anything? Every morning I wake up. Mila, tell Mila Uncle Keith said hi. Every morning I wake up. Before I get out of my bed, I do about 25 to 30 minutes of different meditations. Now, after I get out of bed, I usually come in here and I figure out what I'm going to do for the week with my YouTube channel. Then I go floss my teeth with my electric flosser, brush my teeth with my brusher, shave, all that stuff. I know Great Dane's like, that don't have shit to do with shit, but it does. Then I step into the shower. The shower comes on, and I talk to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, and I tell God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, how grateful I am for every little thing that I have in life. It doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem, but I say thank you for the great conversation I had with my daughter. I might say thank you for having Dorinda call me the night I felt like taking a bottle of pills. I might say thank you for letting me have my car back. Thank you for my house. Thank you that I am healthy. Thank you that I paid my damn bills this month. Thank you that it's nice outside. Thank you that I worked out this morning and I feel great. Thank you that it's a beautiful day. Thank you that I know I'm going to go out here and make some money. Thank you that I have one fucking subscriber on my channel, much less 8,000. I wouldn't give a damn if I had 100 subscribers. The fact that I have 8,000 is 8,000 times more than I thought I was going to have at first. So if I only have this number of people, I don't need any more, and I'm super grateful for having just this number of people. And I appreciate you, Great Dane, for saying that you are going to do that on all other channels, but please don't get my channel shut down and all these people thinking, K-Fitz done hired all these people to come and spam my channel until get. Don't do that. Don't do me like that, Great Dane. Just keep coming back. All I need is these 20. That's good. But thank you, Great Dane. I know that I kind of went around the world on that one, but I don't need you to do that, because you know what? Whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, whatever it is, it will deliver to all of us what we want and need when the time is right. And if my channel is supposed to have 80 skillion subscribers, then I know that when the time is right, I will have 80 skillion subscribers. Miss Bailey says, how do I send you money in the Cash App? It is, let me look. I think it's at KFitz9665. I think that's right. I'm pretty positive it is. Yeah, it's $ KFitz9665 in the Cash App. Dorinda, I know you think I don't listen to you guys, but I promise you I do. And that's how life works for me. That is how life works for me. I have stopped thinking, oh my God, when is this going to happen? When is it going to happen? No, it's just going to happen when it happens. Yes, Miss Baylor, I typed it into, it's $ KFitz9665 in the Cash App. Cleo Banks says, that's a wonderful idea. I may do that in the mornings. I feel depressed at times. It will help. What's up today, Forever? Yeah, you a little late, bro. We about to shut this thing all the way down in a few. Gypsy Lily, Cleo should call in tomorrow on the show. Cleo, you should definitely call in tomorrow on the show. Tomorrow, I definitely would like everybody to, or people to call in. I want to do something where we actually are able to, I'm going to stop saying actually. I hate when people do that. It makes me think they're lying. I really want everyone to call in tomorrow because, as Andrew D. said, it is a very helpful thing for all of us to tell our stories. But Cleo says, I will call in as long as I'm anonymous. I won't tell anybody that it's you, and I don't have your phone number, so I wouldn't know it was you. And unless, well, is Cleo Banks your real name? Great Dane says, perhaps It happens. Oh, guys, tomorrow is Wednesday. So let me stop lying. I have to teach on Wednesday. So the show will be on Thursday. I'm sorry. If Dorinda wouldn't have said, dang, I'm going to miss it, I got to teach, I would have been like, yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I teach on Wednesday. So I won't be doing the show tomorrow. It will be Thursday. So we'll have the call-in show on Thursday. Okay, Cleo Banks. Then how the hell am I going to know? I mean, I know you just hit me on Instagram, but I'm just going to call you Cleo Banks. Red Boy says, if I call in, can you change up my voice? No, Red Boy, this is not Lucasfilm Studios. Okay? I am not the FBI, and I don't have a voice changer. This is not 60 Minutes. This is not me trying to hide your name and your voice to protect the innocent. Now, you can change your voice if you want to call in and talk like Darth Vader. Then that's fine. Cleo Banks said it's not about you, it's the JWs. I know that, Cleo Banks, but I don't know your real name. So I'm just going to say Cleo Banks. So unless the JWs say, hey, what's up? It's fine as Cleo Banks. They won't know who I'm talking about. Red boy think my budget is baller. Red boy like K-Fist can just, he can put that auto tune on your voice. I'll just sound like T-Pain. They won't know it's me. Oh, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. No, Red Boy, I can't change your damn voice. How about you just put a wet rag over your mouth and talk? Red Boy is crazy. Come on, Red Boy. If I call in, can you change up my voice? What the hell kind of question is that, Red Boy? If I call in, can you change up my voice? Yeah, I can change that mug to disconnected. I can make that mug sound like this. Oh my God. Miss Bailey, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If you I think you just type in $KFITZ 9665, and then it'll kind of walk you through. I think you just have to push send. You don't have to. I appreciate you wanting to do that, but you don't have to, Miss Bailey. Right. So you have to open the Cash App, and then when you open the Cash App, hold on. Now, hold on, Miss Bailey. Let me ask you something. Are you talking about the actual Cash App, or are you talking about the $ that's down here? Are you talking about super chatting, or are you talking about the actual Cash App? Because if you're talking about the actual Cash App, you have to open the Cash App. You just hit 15, and then you hit pay, and then it'll ask for the person's name, and you type $KFITZ 9665. Now, if you're talking about the $ that's below here in the super chat, then you should be able to just click that and add the amount that you want to do. Today Forever said, Red Boy, get some helium. That's hilarious. So, okay. So just open your Cash App, and then you'll open the Cash App. You'll hit 15, and then you'll see where it says request or pay, and you hit pay, and then you just type $KFITZ 9665. And that should be me, and that's how it will work. So let me see what tomorrow's show is going to be. Let me look at the pictures that I have. It is, let's see here. Not tomorrow's show, Wednesday's show. I just said that, Dorena Nicole. So we did What is Your Why? We did You Don't Have to Lay Down to Stand Up for Ourselves. We did Dealing with Negative Times with a Positive Attitude. Good night, Libby Peace. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I just said Thursday, Great Dane. You're on my back. Get off my back. I think tomorrow's show is going to be The Issue Is We Think We Have Time. I think that's going to be Thursday's topic. The issue is we think we have time. That will be for Thursday. The issue is we think we have time. And we will relate that into an arena where we can actually make phone calls, okay? So, yeah. Yes, Miss Bailey, I am Keith. Miss Bailey, please don't say my social security number on the in the chat, please. Cleo Banks says that topic is going to hurt. No, it's not, because we already got you straightened out, right, Cleo Banks? You realize what you want to do, and you realize that you have your why, and you realize that it is not up to the organization to determine your future. It is up to you. Now, the issue is you think you have time to waste, or you think, you know what, I'm getting in tomorrow's show. Cleo Banks, tune in Thursday. Tune in Thursday, Cleo Banks. I've been on you enough tonight, Cleo Banks. I think you took up about 45 minutes of the show talking about the JWs took my why. Anyway. So yes. Thank you so much, Miss Bailey. You did not have to do that, but I definitely appreciate you guys' support. It really means a lot to me that you guys really just even listen to the show. That means so much, and I'm so glad that that you guys come in and are so active in the chat. It really makes me feel really good. Really makes me feel so good. So thank you guys so much. So we have been on for an hour and a half. I think we have. Name with Hell says JW took my time, not my why. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Thursday. So Thursday, we will discuss the issue is we think we have time. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the show tonight. Thank you, Cleo Banks, for allowing me to bang on you for about 45 minutes straight. And in that, for allowing me to tell you how amazing you are and why you should never, ever say anything other than how amazing you are to yourself. Please don't ever do that again. Guys, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Thanks again. See you soon. Peace.